Live. Good afternoon. The time is 3 p.m. I'd like to call to order the October 17th meeting of the Norwalk Fire Commission. We have a quorum with Commissioner Destruge and Mayor Rilling. First item on the agenda, acceptance of the minutes, regular meeting of Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Destruge. Any corrections, deletions, or omissions?
None on my side.
Any other deletions?
Good.
Okay. All in favor of accepting the minutes as submitted?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 3, action items. There are no action items. Number 4, Chief's budget report. Chief?
Good afternoon, Mayor. The budget, we are 1/4 of the way, 3 months into the new year. We're doing pretty good. We are in our larger firefighting salary account. We're at 20%. Our overtime budget is just under 25%, 24.6. We're gonna have to watch that. Overall, we are 23.4%, which is under 25, which is good for this time of year. One other note, all of the rollover requests were granted. Thank you very much for that. So, yeah, we're, for now, we're good. First 3 months.
Mr. Destruge, any comments?
Good work in keeping us on target. We should have been at 25%, but overall 23% is very good. Thank you.
And thank you for the way you closed out the fiscal year. You closed out with a surplus in your budget, and we appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
Next item, Assistant Fire Chief of Administration. Assistant Chief Conti.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just some updates on ongoing projects. We've got our the Adagio mobile data terminals. We're moving forward with them, working out all the bugs as usual. Pretty much just going back and forth with the company and identifying any issues, and we're correcting them and making everything work. And been working with IT. Gabe has been very helpful. Thank you. And he's helped us move along, and we're trying to set up the whole command software part right now, which is a really big part of this software. So set up the training after that. The alerting system is moving forward. They're almost done installing all of the new monitors that we have, or the additional monitors, as well as the old monitors that we're keeping. And they should start, they've been testing. We've got through actually the first major phases on their end, and we're gonna be going through with NextGen, the CAD company, and working everything out. So everything is moving forward on that. State radio system, we've basically getting through all the licenses and everything now. The apparatus mobile radios are basically all completely installed. We're just waiting a couple of our apparatus that are actually out for repair to come back, but everything's moving forward there, and we'll be upgrading the portables as well. And after this upgrade, once we go to the state system, it'll be seamless, because then all of our equipment now can be upgraded. It's called over the radio programming. So after we get this done, anything that gets done to all of our radio system can be done remotely by Norcom. So it touches every radio that we have at once, instead of us physically having to program every single radio. So it's going to be life-changing, because it's a real pain to do that. It's going to be great. Station 3, we got our engineers. The bids were opened yesterday, and got a couple bids back. So we're going to review them and get back to get some engineer drawings and administrative services to get this project moving. Grant's been passed through, so everything's moving forward there. The bathroom renovation, we're actually scheduled to start on Monday. So everything came in, and we've got almost everything. Pretty much everything's ready to go. So hopefully that project will be within a 2-month. That's what we're figuring. As long as there are no delays in any of the materials, everything should be upgraded there. Any questions on anything?
No questions. Thank you.
Sounds like you're very busy.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, Assistant Fire Chief of Operations, Assistant Chief McCabe.
Good afternoon, everyone. Under item A in operations, chief officers from Norwalk Fire, Police, and EMS are working together to look over 911 call coding and dispatch procedures to ensure the best use of the city's emergency resources. So that's an ongoing project. We had our first meeting last week, which was successful. Item B, interviews were held this week with prospective recruit candidates, and some of them will be advancing to the Fire Commission interview stage in the next few weeks. Item C, discussions were held with our fleet mechanics on the best way of addressing the post-COVID difficulties in the fire apparatus industry. Our intent is to make sure that our fleet of frontline and spare apparatus remains safe and serviceable until the scheduled replacements can be delivered. And that's really the issue that we're seeing in the industry, is that these delivery times are much longer than they were just a couple of years ago. We also have a meeting tomorrow with an apparatus vendor to look at the possibility of rechassing some of our spare apparatus as a stopgap measure. And finally, item D, we will be replacing the current body armor and ballistic gear for the fire department, which is nearing expiration, with new and updated equipment. This to ensure that fire personnel are protected in the events that our companies have to assist PD and EMS at an active threat incident. Moving on to our calls for September. We had 735 incidents, averaging 24.5 a day. We had 16 fires, 44 rescues. 37 of those were motor vehicle accidents, including one extrication. We responded to 429 EMS calls, 34 hazardous condition, 21 service calls, 133 fire alarms, and 58 good intent. So looking at our cumulative statistics, January 1st to September 30th, we are at 6,546 total incidents and 10,187 total responses. Both of those categories are up from 2022. And I can answer any questions.
No questions here, but great job. Thank you for your report.
Thank you.
I'm good as well. Thank you. Again, I was very busy and very glad to see the breakdown. It looks like you're getting more calls for service. More than 50% of them seem to be emergency medical responses.
Mhm.
And I know we've got a good system set up for that. So, okay, Fire Marshal Sawyer.
Hi, good afternoon, folks. Hope all is well. Right.
Afternoon.
We had for September 204 inspections, 6 notifications, no pub ed events, 17 plan reviews, 7 liquor license inspections, 6 fire investigations, and 5 of the code issues or / hazards. We collected plan review fees of $650, liquor license fees of $455 for a total of $1,105. That's the report. I also put some documentation in there. You guys have any questions? Anybody, any questions on it?
Project, those are last year's numbers.
Yes, I was just going to
I'm
mention
sorry,
that.
guys. That's
Yeah.
why you don't do code at the same time you're doing everything else. All right, let's start this again. Inspections 160, notifications 12, pub ed none, plan review 18, liquor license 6, investigations for fire 6, and code hazard / issues 3. We made more money than last year. Plan review totals $1,400, $390 for the liquor license fees, and that is a total of $1,790. Thank you.
Good
Got it.
job. Thank you.
How was the, we're still, I don't know if it's on the agenda, but still working out well with some part-timers?
Yes, absolutely. I think we
It
have,
is on the agenda
Oh, okay.
oh, okay.
under old business,
All right.
but we could talk about it now if you'd like.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt because we're with the fire marshal. So yeah.
Absolutely. We got the 3 part-timers. Got their desk phones working. We're doing the iPads. the guys are taking them out there now, familiarizing them with the ESO and how they use iPads. Steve was out with the guys today. They actually found an illegal apartment, which they vacated. So he's seeing pretty much what we do on a daily basis. I think it's going to work. And I think last week we talked about liability not getting inspections done. From where I sit, compared to a lot of the other municipalities, the city and administration, they've been doing what they can to help. We've hired part-time people to catch up on residential, which we've done. So there's proof that we're not skirting our duties. We're actually trying to find a way to get things done. So liability to the city, I don't think it's as bad as it could be in regard to not doing inspections.
And there's a lot of mandates about inspections, and you
Yeah.
need to staff it. And finding people is very difficult, but with the part-timers, hopefully we can catch up and get on top of it and get caught up.
Absolutely. Now, getting caught up, that's not that simple.
No, I know.
Yeah, the intervals, I put that in there for you guys as well. The intervals
Mhm.
of the inspections, like we have assembly and we have mercantile. Mercantile, if you notice, is every 3 years, except if they sell fireworks. So now you've got Walmart, CVS, anywhere that sells fireworks, that's mercantile, automatic becomes annual. So that adds on to the total number of inspections we do. The easiest way to do it, in my opinion, from my experience, you start on Connecticut Avenue, you go up one side, you go down the other. You get everything. Do the same Westport Avenue, Main Avenue. That way you know you've gotten everything. Then you work with your intervals. And the ESO is allowing us to give us a heads up. It's due this time next year. We'll actually see it. So I think we're on the right track here.
Good. Any questions, Commissioner Destruge?
No, thank you for the report. Very
Okay.
thorough.
Thank you.
Emergency Management, Ms. DeLuca.
Great, good afternoon. So I guess our biggest item right now is the open house, which is scheduled for another rainy Saturday. I'll talk to Public Works, but for the most part, everything should go on as planned. And just doing some last minute publicity and getting the word out for that. Hopefully we will have a good turnout and the weather will hold at least a couple hours in the morning. Tomorrow is the state disaster exercise. So we'll have a group from Norwalk going to New Canaan. And as a region, we're going to try to do that together, see how it works. And then also going to work with Public Works. Normally we do our winter safety review, typically November, December, just to remind everybody about snow policies, communication, snow emergencies, and again, cancellations, communication. So we'll try to get that on the schedule either late November, early December. And that's it.
It looks like there could be some pretty severe weather on Saturday. Is the open house going to be rain or shine, or?
Yep, it usually is. We didn't add that to the flyer this year just because I was worried if we got too late in the season with the cold and we had really severe weather, we could technically kind of cancel. But I think for the most part, if it's just like a steady rain, we'll probably try to do it like we did last year and then just adjust the layout a little bit more than our normal layout would be. So try to consolidate, do more of the pop-up tents with Public Works, maybe move a few more things inside. And like I said, hopefully we'll keep an eye on the weather and kind of stay in touch through the rest of the week.
It's like the 7th rainy Saturday in a row, they say.
Mhm.
Definitely
crazy.
getting old.
Crazy. Commissioner Destruge, any questions?
No questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Assistant Chief Deputy Chief
Deputy
Conti, I believe, right? For training?
Capola.
I'm sorry, Capola. They both begin
Yes.
with C.
No problem there. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. From the training division, we have a lot of stuff going on. We've been currently conducting basic vehicle electrification with the engine companies down at the facility on South Smith Street. We've been using the rescue captains and myself to orchestrate that training. Our marine operations training is ongoing with some new members of that company that were recently transferred there due to vacancies. Ongoing first year training with probationary members continuing. Driver training is continuing. We're trying to get our records right for our Q licensing, which is the fire apparatus restriction on the license that's ongoing with some of our newer members who are in their probationary year. We are currently doing SCBA respirator fit testing. I just got back from that from this afternoon over at the apparatus maintenance shop. We have some new building construction walkthroughs scheduled for the Monroe Street building construction project, as well as the West Avenue project. We have made contacts through our fire marshals who helped me out to get some names for people to contact for that. And that's extremely helpful for the members. We've been doing some SCBA confidence training using our training mezzanine. And we've been revisiting our lead climbing gear with the rescue company, and that's for climbing high elevation cranes and things like that. Completed. We had electric bus training come in. That's completed. We've been cross training a lot of stuff between the engine companies and the rescue company. That goes back to currently we're still kind of doing that with the rescue. We're using our forced door prop. We've completed that. Basic vehicle stabilization and motor vehicle accidents. That's been completed. And our 4-gas detector meter maintenance and user training is completed. Upcoming, we have in December, I have the Flashpoint Prop Fire Behavior Lab scheduled. That's the video I sent you guys earlier in the month. We're working with Costco to try to utilize the vacant DoubleTree Hotel for training evolutions. We're running into some issues with that, however, because they are doing asbestos remediation in there. So therefore, we can't get in there until the place is fully clean, which obviously is a good thing. Once I finish SCBA respirator training, I'm going to start N95 respirator training. We're trying to get our next round of Department NFPA compliant physicals going. We're doing some relay pumping. Hose testing is coming up next week. And we have 2 CFA host classes, building instruction, in November. And then Fire Instructor 1, which some of our members are actually enrolled in. And those are Connecticut Fire Academy classes we're hosting here in Norwalk in our EOC classroom. We're trying to get some officer development workshops on the schedule for later in the year. Confined space, operational refresher training. We have the RTF training with PD and EMS. That's the active assailant training. That's scheduled for early November. I believe the PD is still looking for a place to do that. I haven't heard where yet, but I know we're on the schedule for it. Then Thursday and Friday this week, we have some training with the Norwalk Hospital. They have a vacant wing that they want to use for some safety training for their personnel. And they asked us to, they asked myself and I'm going to bring along an engine company with me to advise them on some safety training. And we're trying to get our roof rope rescue training scheduled. We're working with the instructors on that to get them, get their schedule to us so we could schedule that. And that's it from the training division.
Wow.
And
Very
really,
good.
really busy. You're doing a lot. That's good.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it.
We have to be one of the best trained fire departments in the entire state, if not the tri-state area and beyond, but
Yep, I
very
like to think so.
impressive.
Thank you.
Commissioner
Good job.
Destruge?
Good. No comments. Thank you.
Okay. No local 8:30 report. Old business, Chief.
Okay, so just to several updates. First one is the entry-level exam. As you know, Morris McDaniel was the only ones that bid on the RFP. The contract was signed by you, Mayor, so we're ready to actually discuss our start recruitment dates and things like that. So we're still in the process of gathering dates. We are looking at a written test exam on January 13th of next year. So we'll keep everybody updated as the months go ahead, and then we're gonna have to have a formal, recruitment kickoff probably sometime in November. So the part-time positions, we discussed already, so we do have all three of them now are complete. And they are starting, little by little to get acclimated, and they'll be on the street, pretty soon. So that's a good thing. Thank you for that. The update on the sale of Marine 238, we did have our public viewing, which nobody showed up for. So we're going to now switch gears and advertise it on a website called Boats and Harbors, which is a nationwide commercial marine site where anybody who's, you might know this, mayor, has a boat, wants a boat, learn about a boat, goes on that site. And we're starting a 6-month ad beginning November 1st.
The, no, none of the fire departments along the coast expressed any interest?
Now, the only one that showed interest at the opening was earlier was Fairfield, but they have since changed their mind.
Okay.
So we're hoping
right.
that the Boats and Harbors will give us some exposure. Some of the warmer agencies down south, could use a boat year round to their benefit. So we'll see. We're still hopeful.
Are you gonna set a minimum, you're gonna set a minimum price, right, on the boat?
We have a minimum of 300,000. I'm trying to get a hold of Sharon to determine if is that still an auction or is this just a one-time sale? If that's the case, then we can't go under the 300.
Right.
Excuse me.
So that's the
Okay.
old business.
New business?
Okay, we are in the process of replacing the medical provider that the city uses. And we're working with purchasing on that. We have gone out to bid. And several companies have shown interest. The bid opening is October 26th at 2 p.m. So we will have more to report on that next month. But they have gone out to bid and it will be an opening next week, or the 26th.
Thank you, Chief. Commissioner, any further questions?
No questions. Good luck on the boat.
Thank you. I'm sure you could use one, can't you?
In Greece, maybe.
Okay, well, I think that's the agenda. I don't see anything
That's it.
about when the next meeting is going to be. November, the third Tuesday in
Meeting
November, I
one.
guess.
November 15th.
November 21.
Okay, so the next meeting will be November 21st. And can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at 3:23.
Have a good
Thank you for your
afternoon,
time.
everyone.
Thank you for your comprehensive reports.
you.
Looks like you're all in good shape. Thank you.
We'll see you all on the 15th.
Okay, thank you.
15th or the 21st?
The 15th is graduation.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.